Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about the topographical maps. Now, what are topographical maps? Topographical maps are the large scale maps. That means you will be able to see the detailed study of a smaller area. Detailed study means you will be able to see a smaller tree, even the settlements. That means in topographical maps, you will be able to see the man-made features as well as the physical features. Now my question is, why do we need to study the topographical maps? Now we have Google Earth, we have Google Map, even we have the satellite maps. Then what are the uses of the topographical maps? And the answer is, topographical map is very handy and it's very easy to interpret. Like you can see at my back, the presence of yellow color means they are the cultivable land. Green color means vegetation. Even you can see at the top that the white patches of land are there. That means those are the barren land. So isn't it interesting? And it's very easy to, right? So topographical map is very easy to interpret and it's the first step for the students to understand or to interpret the various kinds of maps. Next is, if you do not have proper internet connection or if it's a very sensitive area, then topographical map will be the only option for you. Like even you can see the movie of Uri, they were using the topographical maps only for the defense purposes. Now in this video, we are going to study the 4 grid references. Now, why do we need to study the 4 grid references? 4 grid references actually help us to find the location of a place. Generally in the atlas map, we are able to find the location with the help of latitudes and longitudes. But those are small scale maps. Those are the maps for a bigger area. Now these are the large scale maps. So in that case, if we need to find a location for a tree, even for a temple, then we have to take the help of grid. Now, what are these grid? Grid are the intersections of latitudes and the longitudes. Now in India, we have the national grid references. So what are these national grid references? So this is my latitudinal and the longitudinal extension of map of India. Again, they have further subdivided the map of India like this. For an example, you can take any of the number, like I'm taking 53. So if you take the grid 53, then if you take the 16 square, then it will become your 1 degree by 1 degree map. And the whole it will become 4 degree by 4 degree map. But in your ICSE syllabus, you will just study a smaller area that is 15-minute by 15-minute map. Let's talk about this 15-minute by 15-minute grid. Now this 15-minute by 15-minute grids are again subdivided into parts. Like for each lines, there will be the difference of 1 kilometer. So these all are imaginary lines. Now we have to start our journey to find the location of a place through the 4 grid references. So we have to start our journey from the southwest corner. So this is my southwest corner. This is north, south, east, west. Now, what is the significance of this southwest corner? So, from the southwest corner, whenever we will go towards the east, you can see the value will increase. That's why it is known as eastings. Again, whenever from this southwest corner, we will move towards the north, again the value will increase. That's why it will be known as northings. Kindly remember, eastings are the vertical lines, or we can say the standing lines, and northing are the horizontal lines, or we can say the slipping lines. So these can be used as an acronyms. Now, to find the location of a place, from where should I start the journey? From easting or northing? Please keep in mind, we have to start our journey from eastings. Children do the mistakes even in the exam. They start their journey from the northings and everything goes wrong there. So here you can remember the sun rises in the east, then it vertically goes towards north. So we also have to start our journey with the sun only. We have to start our journey from the east. Now how will I find the location for a place A? So we have to take 2 digits from Hastings. Now place A that is situated between 02 and 03. So in that case we have to take the lower value. That means we will write 02. Now we have to take another 2 digits from the northings. Now here the place A again is located between 02 and 03. So again we have to take the lower value only. So we'll take 02. At the same way, do for the place B. So place B is located between 03 and 04. So we have to take the lower value. So we'll take 03. And at the same way for the northern, it is also situated in between 03 and 04. So we'll take the 04. Now in the real scenario, in the topographical maps, Hastings and Northings and the grid systems are shown by red color. Now if I ask you to find the location of a village, Nilpur. So this is the village Nilpur. If I ask you to find the location or to find the foreground reference of the Nilpur, obviously you will see the Hastings first. So the Nilpur that is situated between 28 to 29. But we have to take the lower value. So we'll take 28. And also in case of the northing, the Nilpur is situated between 91 to 92. So I will take the lower value, that is 91. So the location of the Nilpur will be 2891. Now sometimes few confusion also arise among the children mind. If I ask you to find the location of Danfiwara. So this is the village Danfiwara, and if I ask you to give the foreground reference for the village Danfiwara, then few children get confused because Danfiwara is written in between the grid number 28 and 29, but the settlement is located between 27 to 28. So which one should I take? You should always take the starting point of the settlement. So the starting point of the settlement will be in between 27 to 28, and we have to take the lower value. So I have to take the 27, and obviously for the northing it will be in between 92 to 93. So we'll take the lower value, it will be 92. So the location for the Danfiwara will be 2792. Any village or any temple, it can be written anywhere, but you should always take where it is actually located. Now you have to do more practice, like during exam, they can ask you to find the location of temple, they can ask you to find the location of church, tank, anything. So in ICSE examination, conventional signs and symbols will be also there, so it will be not a difficult for you. But you have to practice to save your time during your examination. Next day, we will discuss another topic. Till then, stay happy, stay safe, and we are going to meet you very soon. Bye.